I'm back. I'm back. Hopefully it's gonna work now. Maybe it's gonna work now. I don't know what the hell's going on. I know there's another goddamn witch here, and she's gonna immediately poison me, because why wouldn't she? If I run, does it make the poison go away faster? It doesn't make the poison go away faster to run, it's just wasting my hunger. This is really annoying. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Why is Twitch broken? Is my internet broken? Is Twitch broken? I don't understand. I don't get it. I think restarting my stream just screwed everything up more. Oh well. Whatever. It'll figure itself out, or it won't, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Well, that's frustrating. I was vibing and having a good time, and now it's just being dumb. I am incredibly frustrated by that change of situations. Maybe Dante's will show back up. I don't know. It's probably just as confusing on his end as it is on my end, so who knows. I should have brought bundles with me. I like all the bats. A lot more coal and some more iron. I don't know what's going on with this stream, if I'm being completely honest. It's confusing me. It, like, told me I was still streaming on the PlayStation end, but it told me on the Twitch end I wasn't streaming, so I just stopped stream and tried to restart it. I don't know. I don't comprehend. No makey sense. That's quite the steep drop. I'm not going down there. I like that we're getting a decent little bit of iron for once. Much needed. Girl, your breath is hot. It is very warm. I don't know what happened to my stream, honestly. at all. I tried like restarting my Twitch app to see if it was like my Twitch app, but it wasn't. So my Twitch app was saying I wasn't live, but friggin' this thing was saying I was live. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about before it started glitching the hell out. We're definitely making up for a lot of coal in our supply. Ah! Man's just casually strolled around the corner like, hey, how you doing? Oh. Now I'm dead. I don't think I want to know. Well, now I want to know. You know, the whole opposite, like, reverse psychology works excellently on me, and now I want to know. That's how I learned a lot of things I probably shouldn't know, though, so it's probably, like, a very fatal flaw of mine, but... You know, I'd be, like, talking to someone, like, perfectly fine and thinking we're just friends. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, because we were talking about responding to people when they're talking about things, because you were talking about, like, laughing about a situation. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think laughing's, like, insane to do for situations. I think it's kind of like a normal reaction to, I mean, people laugh when they're, like, caught off guard, people laugh when they're, like, overwhelmed, you know, people laugh for a lot of friggin' reasons, so I don't think laughing at something being said is, like, a capital offense by any means. I don't know where I am anymore. Hey, it's a chest. I don't know where I am anymore, but I get loot. Hey, it's a gapple. Something we didn't have in common. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work, but you can keep trying. I'm sorry that you're struggling. It's probably, like, weirdly uncomfortable to have this much in common with someone. It doesn't help that I'm ridiculously understanding about a lot of topics, even if I don't fully relate to them, too, so it's like, you be saying some wild stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I get that in, like, certain circumstances. I'm not helping your cause here. I think I also, like, have laughed at situations that I shouldn't, because I have a very bad habit of having dark humor, too, so just, like, laughing because it's dark humor reasons as well. Your brain's probably like, how dare this random streamer that's, like, borderline crazy is this similar to me? Screw this. Where did I come from? Where am I? What's happening? I'm going down here. This is not the mine shaft. Oh, this is the mine shaft? I don't know. My brain is breaking. Fair point. I don't think I have completely different personalities in my brain. I'm not sure. My brain is a confusing place, so I'm not sure. I act like completely differently, but I don't know if my brain separates itself fully. God. Fair. I love that if you were like doing this to someone that was fairly normal and being like, thank God we don't have everything in common, they'd be so offended, and I'm just like cracking up over you. Oh yeah, I think the you don't want to know thing gets me into a lot of trouble in the past, because I would be like friends with people and we'd be having normal conversations and then they'd like get weirdly quiet or say something offhand. I'd be like, what do you mean? And they're like, you don't want to know. And then it like so many times would be like, you know, like I'm thinking this about you, or I have like these feelings about you and stuff, and I'm like, oh. I kind of didn't want to know that, but I kind of asked for it at this point, so because I would get viscerally uncomfortable when people would be like, I have feelings for you, when I legitimately thought of them as like family or like a friend. I think a lot of people that I've known, like a lot of females I've known, will be like, you know, I think of this person as a sibling to me, but they really have feelings for them, and they're just saying that to, like, not have to talk about it. Versus if I'm like, you're a sibling to me, I genuinely meant that. Like, I had a best guy friend that I legitimately called Big Brother because he was older than me, and he acted like the brother I'd ever had for an older sibling, because I've been the oldest in my family. I have 2 little brothers, but I've been the oldest in my family, so he made me feel like not the oldest sibling for once. And then he deadass was like, I always had a crush on you back then, at one point. And I was like, huh? And I know I feel so bad in this situation because I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this, man. And then like I was like, huh. I don't know. But like in a lot of cases, I wish, like, I feel the same way. Like I wish that happened to me, because you know I had been friend zoned by like so many people, and I would be like just waiting for the day they would be like, you know, I kind of have feelings for you, but it never happened. I don't understand how human beings have feelings for me in any capacity ever, because I'm genuinely batshit insane 90% of the time, and I don't do well with relating to humans, so I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can be a huge romantic and like super into people, but most of the times I've done that, it's always someone that doesn't feel that way, and it doesn't feel the same way back, and it's just so now I don't do it as much, and I don't like let my feelings get that far as much, so it's just awkward. Yeah, fair enough. That was my whole dating life, like as a teen and a child. Besides like online humans that were way older than me that should not have been interacting with me, I would always be hella friend zoned. Or like a lot of situations that I probably should not discuss on stream. Like I deadass had one of my first boyfriends like broke up with me because he thought I was ugly, after like this chick that he was friends with told him repeatedly that I was ridiculously ugly and like he shouldn't be with me, and yeah. Those were the interesting days. I know I said I don't stream on swear, don't swear on stream, and then I keep saying dead ass, but that's kind of like stuck in my vocabulary lately, so it's going to continue to happen, and I apologize. Every other swear I can mostly avoid, but that one I don't tend to avoid very easily. It's like when I had an obsession with saying oof back when oof was like finally making its way into being cringe, and then it decided to lock itself in my vocabulary at the last minute. Yeah. I noticed it a few times. I'm like hypercritical of what I say right now, because I got made fun of for like 3 days in a row by my family, for saying that's sick about things way too many times. And my little brother was like, that's such an old statement. And then my mom was like, why are you always saying that? And then my dad, when I brought it up, was like, yeah, you said it like 20 times in the last 30 minutes. I was just keeping my mouth shut about it. And then every time I said it for the next time, he would be like, yeah. I'm hypercritical of what I say because a lot of people have been ridiculously critical of what I say for like stupid little reasons. So I pick up on patterns real fast. Where am I? I want out. I want more of the ravine. Ravine? More of the mine shaft. I don't know if this will lead me somewhere, but I'm gonna try it. I honestly just rediscovered that I can make things into blocks of things to save space in my inventory. I was sitting there staring at the absolute massive coal and iron that I had, like, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, make them into blocks, you idiot. Fair. The one thing I have never been guilty of for, like, a repeated statement is, like, saying something's gay. But I think that's just because I was around so many people that did it. I've never really done it. And then when I was trying to be, like, woke and friggin' identifying as LGBT and everything, I was like, you can't say that! Things are not gay unless they're actually into something else or happy. You know, pulled the whole, like, stupid, like, so you mean that's happy? Because that's what gay means when it's not about sexuality. Yeah. I was an interesting person. How did I miss that? Hello? I was right here, mining coal. Oh, because my torch was there. I know, right? I agree. I agree. But it kind of hits me the same way, not like fully the same, but the same way as like people that say because they're a certain thing, they can say, you know, a slur of it. Like a lot of gay people that are like, I can say, you know, the F word, that called a pile of sticks. Yeah, I can say that word because I'm gay, and it's like, huh? I mean, I guess, if you want to, but what? That's genuinely, I almost said dead ass again, that's genuinely what, some people have, said to me about, saying retarded, because they're like, you're autistic, and retarded was used as an insult against autistic people before, so you can say it, and I'm like, that doesn't make me magically comfortable with saying the word. I don't know where I am and how to get out. I'm low-key panicking little by little. I need out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please just let me out. Let me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. Yeah, fair enough. I've heard a lot of people use it, and like I've said, my partner uses it constantly, but it's still just something I don't like to say much. I don't really ever care if other people say it, because I've just heard it so much, it's not like, oh my god, it's the end of the world. It's just like, when it comes out of my mouth, it makes me cringe at myself in a way that I don't like. That's like if I ever said the the F word that we were just talking about. I would be like really cringed at myself over it. I would say it's also if I ever said the N word, but I would actually be like genuinely kind of pissed at myself for saying that word, because what the hell is wrong with me? But yeah, I would not say that word ever. I'm all set. And I'm not going to continue the sentence I was going to say about people that I know that say that word, because that would low-key not need to be on the internet. What? Get me out of the wall. Fireball. I'm on fire. Fireball. Ah! Ah! I'm gonna die. 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 Help. That was terrifying. I genuinely started panting, freaking out. Freaking hyperventilates on stream. Thank you. I have good days and I have bad days. Like 7 times out of 10 I can land pretty good shots, and the other 3 times it's pretty rough for a whole day. I'm used to like copping out of fights with a bow, so as you can tell, it's not great with spiders ever, but yeah. I'm not good with spiders in general. What? He hit the arrow out of... It went sideways. It went sideways. It was aiming at him, and he did the hit animation, and it went that way. Huh? Man's used deflect. Yeah, no, I'm not great with bows, but once in a while I'm okay when I can get the tracking right. Yeah, of course he stopped walking when I was tracking him. I'm trying to take out all these mobs for a minute so I can have a minute of peace to mine here. Oh, come on. Yeah. I'm overall just like mid at all of it, honestly. That's kind of where I'd rank myself. I'm like mid or subpar with pretty much everything when it comes to PvP. That's why I kind of rely on a bow, because if I'm mid at a bow on this distance, it's not as detrimental as being mid when it's up close to me in PvP. No, I'm not gonna go collect all that XP. I know it's kind of a waste, but I don't want to be running around causing more mobs to spawn and then getting attacked more, so that XP is just gonna stay where it is right now. Can you, like, smelt a block of raw iron directly into a block of iron, or do you just have to, like, make it back down into raw iron ingot thingies? I love that I asked this out loud, like you're supposed to be the god of Minecraft that knows everything at all times. uses Twitch chat like, "Hey Siri." On an off topic, because I mentioned Siri, I literally refuse to use Siri. I haven't used it since I got my first phone, and my first phone was the iPhone 4, and I've stayed with iPhone since. I have never once had Siri turned on. My little brother will, like, turn it on just to sit there and, like, swear at it and mess with Siri's functionality and see how bad he can glitch it out. I just won't use it. Yeah, I know you do know a decent amount. I think that's kind of why I just voice the questions out loud, because I know if one of us doesn't know it, maybe the other one will, and then worst case, I have to pull up Google in a few minutes. I'm curious how many hours I have of gameplay in Minecraft on the PS4. I'm actually really curious about that. I did check this, right? Yeah. You have to, like, get out of the game, though, to check that, don't you? Because you have to look at, like, the game screen. I don't know how much counts as a low or a lot. I'm gonna shut my mouth before I dig myself a hole I cannot dig myself back out of. I don't know, honestly. Like, I've known a lot of people that spend, like, hundreds of hours on one game at a time, and I've been that way before, so I think it's kind of subjective. I feel like a little is probably, like, under 50 hours. And then, like, the rest of it's moderate, and then once you get into probably, like, the hundreds on hundreds of hours, it gets, like, that's kind of a lot of time. But maybe I'm just kind of skewed, because I'm used to people that have played a lot of time on games. This could go very badly, or it could go very well. Okay. What do we think? I have this full of an inventory right now. That's not too much, it's just a lot. I don't think any amount of time is too much. Like, if you enjoy playing a game, friggin' play the game. But it's definitely in the a lot category, yeah. Alright, so this is my inventory status. I'm being shot at. This is my inventory status. I want to go over there, to that cluster. But I'm kind of nervous for the sake of my inventory. Because there's definitely a lot of chests over there. And a whole new section of the mine. And I don't know how I would get over there right now. Besides just hoping and praying by building across. Or getting down there and running across. Neither of which look like very good options with the mob spawns. I know. I, like, made all my maxed out tools, and then my armor's just, like, broke-ass random shit I put together. God, double swear in a sentence. I'm not kidding when I say I swear like crazy in real life, so not swearing on stream is actually ridiculous for me most of the time. It's not like I'm trying to not swear for any particular reason, it's just like something I did when I started streaming, where I was saying, you know, I'm not gonna swear on stream, and then I've just tried to stick to it. For the most part, since. I really want to know how many hours I have in Minecraft now. I think originally when I started doing streaming, I wanted to swear less or not at all on stream, because I was trying to, like, not swear as much or swear none in real life outside of stream. So I thought it would, like, train my brain. It has not, in fact, trained my brain. But I've also am around a different partner now, and my new partner definitely swears a lot more than anyone I've been around. So I've picked up on a lot more swearing. Okay. 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 That gave me a heart attack. I'm not gonna lie. That was terrifying. I would say probably. I think it's partial, like, talking to people and the topics that come up, and then partial, just, like, my brain slipping into what I normally do off stream. I'm terrified doing this because there's definitely a skeleton around here. Ah! This isn't gonna go well for me. I'm gonna die. I just wanna go home. I'd probably be better off, like, mining into a wall and mining up at this point. But I wanna go home, and it's right there. That gave me a heart attack. Maybe I can get up to that section of the water and then kill the skeleton off and then get where I need to get. Where is the goddamn skeleton that keeps sniping me? Is he right there? No, because it's just dead ones. Where's the alive one that's sniping me? He snipes me when I'm right here. So where is he? I don't see it. I don't see it. What? Alright. Run. Run, run, run. Home. Falls back down into a hole because I uncrouched and I just walk over a hole. That would be my luck. I am definitely running for my life now. I am ready to go home. Take me home. Not country roads, but take me home. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. The ADHD radio is starting. My mom told me she wants to buy an entire... My mom told me she wants to buy an entire radio station that's for sale. I told her, what are you gonna do, play ADHD radio all the time? You can't exactly just switch songs on people mid-song because you heard one word. We got some cool stuff, so let's head home and smelt. You have that song stuck in my head now. It's straight up playing. Very loudly. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it. Nobody needs to hear my singing voice just because it's stuck in my head. I'm not gonna sing it. I should say lack of singing voice, but... I haven't yet. I have it written down. I forgot to. It's in my notes. It's in my notes. I actually will genuinely mute for a minute while I get this stuff in the furnace and look it up and listen to it because I didn't listen to it yet. I am 1,000,000% serious. I would just listen to it unmuted, but I don't want Twitch to try to copyright me or something stupid. Because I've had that issue with YouTube a lot. Yeah, no, I got off stream last night. When did I get off stream last night? Like 9 something? Or 10 something. And my partner got home around midnight. So I read for a little, and then I ended up spending like an hour before he got home desperately searching for my dog's toy that she lost. That is still nowhere to be found for no reason at all. Like, it's a bright green toy, it should be very obvious, and it's her favorite toy, so it should be very obvious and very out. And I can't find it. I searched my entire apartment up and down like 8 to 10 times minimum, and in detail, and search places it couldn't even it shouldn't even have been, and nowhere to be found. I asked her to find it because she's really good with scents and with keeping track of it, and she literally acted like she couldn't even find the scent. She was sniffing through the whole house and she didn't lock onto a scent the whole time. So I don't know where it went at all. And she doesn't take it outside, and we don't take it outside. I don't get it. I don't understand. So yeah, I spent like 45 minutes to an hour searching for it, and I never found it. Which sucks, because that's so my dog's really mouthy when my partner gets home or when anyone is around the door and everything, and we have quiet hour at 10 o'clock, so he was going to be home at almost midnight, so I had to keep her quiet. And one of the ways we do that is we taught her to get a toy in her mouth when she wants to bark or when she's excited, so it kind of quiets her down some. And that's her main toy that she does it with, so she gets really confused when she doesn't have that toy to grab. She just circles around barking because she doesn't know where to grab something else. So I couldn't find it, which meant she was pretty barky. I know. I know. I have very short memory span. You cannot ask me where I saw it last. It's not gonna help at all. But yeah, I literally was telling her, find your toy, find your gator, because it's an alligator toy. And repeatedly doing that, and she could not figure it out. She just circled aimlessly, sniffing everywhere, and could not find the scent of it enough to lock onto the scent. God, excuse me. That was like a hiccup and a burp at the same time, and it was not comfortable. Yeah, so it didn't happen. And then after I spent over an hour, over an hour looking for it or something like that, he got home. And then when he got home, we had to friggin' sit there, or I had to sit there while he cleaned and gutted 20 fish, because he came home with fish from fishing all day. So by the time he was finished, it was 2 a.m. And then he said he needed a shower, and I was like, I'm tired, I am not getting in the goddamn shower, I just want food. But I was trying to wait to eat with him to be nice, and I had to sit there while he showered, and then I had to wait for food, and then we ate food, and then I finally got to get in my bed at 4 a.m. And by then I was literally not thinking of much besides just trying to sleep, even though it took me 2 hours to fall asleep anyways. So I totally forgot that I had stuff written down I was supposed to check out, and that's on me. Anyways, while that smelts, I'm gonna look that up and listen to it, so I'll be muted for a second, but I'll unmute if we chat or whatever. Anyways. No, it would be the Jeopardy theme song. Do, 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 do. Why can't I find it? Did I type it wrong? Huh? Do I have to scrub back through my old stream because I typed it wrong? Where's the day you mentioned it? It was 22. Mute it. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. I did type it right. Oh my god, why is my phone going off when I'm trying to look something up? Screw off. I'm so nice. My partner sent me I love you, and I'm typing I love you too, sitting here going, screw off. I'm real nice, I swear. I don't know, the constant drives me nuts. I'm like a person that's like, yeah, like, I love you, but like, can you not say it like 30 times in an hour, please? And expect me to answer it 30 times in an hour? You know, I'll be sitting here reading, and he'll say I love you, and if I don't say I love you back in like 20 seconds, he goes, oh, okay, thanks. And I'm like, I'm reading. Let me read. Yeah, I know. I shut my brain up of like saying it out loud, of being like, I don't like it being said constantly, because I'm like, okay, breathe. You're just being irritated about stupid nonsense. You're fine. I'm hyping up my friend. My best friend was just like, I'm tired of trying to be the perfect person. And I'm like, you are perfect no matter goddamn what. I don't care if you're loud. I don't care if you're quiet. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're angry. You are perfect. Shut up. And she's like, geez, okay. Okay, I found it. I'm gonna mute up for a second to listen. That's how I am. I'm like way overly like that about people that I care about all the time. I'll be right back. I'm listening to this. I lost my stream manager while I was doing that somehow. So, sorry, I'm trying to reopen Stream Manager and answer my friend. Yeah, no, I actually don't mind that at all. Like, I have no problems with it. I think if I was already overstimulated, it would probably throw me over the cliff. But, like, it made my brain go burr, and I liked it. I was just, like, bobbing my head along, sitting here chilling. And then as an experiment, I, like, rewound it a bit and then played some of it in 2x speed, and that was an experience. Yeah, no, I have no problems with it. It's cool. It's like EDM, like rave type music, which I have no problems with and I find really interesting. I really like rave culture and stuff too. So yeah, no, I like it. It was a good recommendation. And I'm not even like kidding or like playing it up, because I genuinely don't like music when I don't like music, and I've been like, but yeah, no, it was pretty cool. It's a lot. I think it would really overwhelm me really fast if I was not in the mindset for it. But right now, because I'm kind of like tired, it just kind of made my brain go wee. It's not something I would definitely like add to my playlist constantly. I will say that much. I don't know. I don't know why. My brain was just like wee. It was a good time. And yeah, about the I love you thing constant isn't really an actual irritation, as far as like, you know, I appreciate that he says it and that he feels that way. It's just, I feel like when something's said that constantly, it kind of loses meaning in a way, either to the person that's saying it or to the person that's like it's being said to. So I feel like it's kind of that aspect where it's like no, I don't hate it at all. I don't hate many forms of music though, so I think that's where it kind of hits a bit of a standstill. It takes a lot for me to hate music. My friend's blowing me up after I said that about her. But yeah, I don't know. It's like if you're saying something like every 2 seconds, it kind of turns into more reflex than actually meaning it, in my opinion. So then it kind of gets into a weird gray area, and that's where it kind of bugs me. It's not like, oh my god, how dare you love me. It's like, are you actually saying that, or are you just saying it to be like something that you say every 2 seconds because you say it every 2 seconds, if that makes sense. And yeah, I'm definitely that friend. I will do that to like anyone that I care about, where like I will spend time sitting there telling them that they're like really awesome all the time, and like hyping them up and encouraging them. I definitely, my old friend that I like called Big Brother, I used to send him like, you're awesome and you're doing your best, and like the little memes that are like, I'm proud of you for doing your best, I hope you have a good day, and stuff like that all the time. So yeah, I'm that person a lot. I don't know. I was also like the mom friend growing up, so I don't know, I'm just like really like caring about the people I care about. Also, I did not actually crush him when it came to the emotions side of things, because we like really talked, and then he ended up like moving on from me in 2 seconds flat. That's why I kind of was just like, because he tends to bounce around between feelings of people very fast. So when he's like, I had a crush on you, and then 2 seconds later he's like, actually I have a crush on this person. I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I felt bad until like not even a week later he was dating someone else and being like, I love this person so much, and I'm like, okay. Maybe it's fine. I gotta answer her because she's blowing me up. Like, I'm sitting here cheering her on and telling her, like, I'm so proud of you, you're doing so good, and, like, all that. I'm that person. I don't know why. I feel like if I never had another, like, romantic relationship and just had platonic relationships for the rest of my life, I would be perfectly fine. Because that's how I am in platonic relationships, and then, like, the same energy is given back to me. And if I just have, like, a couple friends that are, like, hyping me up, and we're talking about whatever we have going on in our lives and random stuff all the time, I would be perfectly fulfilled. I'd be fine. Oh my god, which one of you did that? Y'all are nasty. Blech. It makes me want to gag. I'm gonna plug my nose now, so I'm gonna sound great. Mouth breathing until the air clears. Fair enough. I do hype myself up a little too much sometimes when it comes to just being, like, caffeinated, or when I'm on, like, a god complex thinking that I'm literally the best thing in the universe. Spoiler alert, I'm not, but it's fine. One of the animals farted and it stinks. Nah, I'm the opposite, unfortunately. So there's one thing you can add to the tally list of things that we're not similar of, because I'm the complete goddamn opposite. I'm trying to be better on, like, being on my own and spending time alone. But I'm not good at it. I'm not good at supporting myself. I will, like, get so in my own head sometimes. I'll have those moments where I'm like, yeah, I can friggin' do this. I'm God. I'm capable. I'm, all these things. But 9 times out of 10, if I'm alone, I am sitting there like, what am I doing with my life? I am a mess. Am I valid? Do I exist? Is there a reason for me to exist? Like, fair enough. I think I should know to be on my own because I was raised in a way where I kind of had to rely on myself a lot, but I don't. You can explain if you want to. You don't have to, but I wouldn't mind. You're fine either way. You don't have to if it's, like, TMI for you to explain, but not that it's TMI to me, but, like, if it's too much for you to explain, I guess, then you don't have to, but you can if you want to. We don't care. We vibe with the trauma vibes here sometimes. I overshare about, like, 90% of my past and trauma on stream all the time, and you've heard 80% of it, so we're fine. We out here. Dancing on the enchantment table, dancing on the book, the book, the book, the book, the book. I wonder if it has a pattern to how it turns, or if it just turns to turn. Oh, it turns to follow me. So if I stand in the middle of it, does it just break? Kinda. I'm driving a book. Beep beep. Get out me mum's car. I know I'm in me mum's car, but spin. Yeah. Understandable. I'm sorry that happened to you. I got super isolated in, like, a decent portion of my life. I think I've genuinely just never been alone, really, which is weird because I've been, like, hated and, like, mistreated and stuff by a lot of people, but I think at the end of the day I was, like, never alone, and now that I'm an adult and trying to transition into being alone, it's terrifying. So, yeah. And, like I've said before, I have, like, really unhealthy attachments to people very often, so then being alone is, like, top 10 scariest things in my life. Trying to learn for it not to be scary, but it's scary. It's weird because, for example, I had like a friend group in high school, and then when I dropped out of high school, I had a couple friends that still kind of talked to me, and then I started going back in to do teacher assistant courses, and for community service hours, and some classes I was interested in that weren't offered online. So I kind of still had that human connection and being around people at least once a day. And then, living with, when I lived with my dad, on the times I went to my dad's, I was around my dad and my nana. On the times I was at my mom's house, I was around my mom and both of my brothers. So there was always, like, humans in my vicinity, in my circle, and there was always, like, the importance of, like, eating together for meals and stuff like that. So there was always people around me, and then once I started getting into the space in, like, my teenage years where I didn't have people around me, as much, besides, like, my family, I ended up starting talking to the person that I dated last, and then we dated for, like, 4 years, so, like, he dated me through, like, the end of my teenage years into my adulthood, into, my first apartment, into all of that, so I was always used to at least someone being there. And then when he moved out, my current partner pretty much immediately moved in, so I had, like, nothing of time of being alone and learning to be alone. And now that things are kind of rocky with my current partner and things, might hit the fan and I might be alone again, it's very, very terrifying. So I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, and I'm trying to learn how I'll deal with it, but yeah. But I mean, in a way, I guess I'll never really be, quote, alone, because I have both of my animals, so... And my stuffed animals. My stuffed animals will keep me company. I understand how you could, like, develop toxic behaviors from it, too. But I mean, you're aware of them, so that's kind of the biggest thing when it comes to more toxic behaviors and patterns, is just, like, being aware of them, and then over time you can adjust them if you want to adjust them, or you can just be aware of them and let them exist. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, would be my better statement. I don't care sounds really rude. Yeah, exactly. You can just be aware of it and let it exist, It's your life. Why does it keep giving me absolute dog crap enchants? Punch 1 for a level 3 book. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I should have just done a level 1 reset, because honestly, that sucked. Why do these suck so bad? I have that attitude about a lot of, like, my mental traits and my mental health and my mental illnesses, is, like, a lot of people will super pressure me. Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, a lot of stuff about, like, my mental illness and my mental health, I'm, like, very adamant on, like, that is part of me. That's not gonna change. I may find healthier ways to deal with it, or, healthier ways to interact with humans and stuff, but I'm not gonna change that, like, fundamental part of me that exists. So, it's funny, because I did learn from my past relationships, but I also didn't. I learned certain things, but I also made a lot of steps back in other things. I guess that's life, though, in my opinion. You can't always be taking steps forward. Sometimes life just goes whoosh and puts you all the way back to the beginning, and sometimes you put yourself back a few steps while you're trying to go a few steps forward. Yeah, no, you're fine. You don't have to share things that you don't want to share. It would be sick if we know each other for a couple of years. That'd be awesome. Like, it's really cool talking to you. Unless I disappear off the face of streaming for, like, a year again, like I had to last time I stopped streaming. I'm hoping not. I just, like, genuinely, because I don't know what's happening with my relationship, oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, because I don't know what's happening with my relationship, without getting into too much detail, all I can say is I love that. Golden Retriever vibes are the best. I don't know what I am. So there was a whole trend. I'll continue my statement another time. There was a whole trend online that was like talking about what kind of partner you are, or like what kind of friend you are. Being like, I'm a Golden Retriever partner. I'm a, you know, German Shepherd partner. I'm a friggin' Doberman partner. You know, like intimidating versus like very protective versus, you know, just like super supportive and just, you know, like all those different things. And I was like, I think I'm just a puppy dog. I gotta find the video and explain my reasoning, but it had good reasoning, okay? It had good reasoning. I'd probably be like a black cat though, honestly, because I'm just like, some people like me, some people hate me. Most people don't like me based off my appearance alone, and my energy just vibrates constantly from like one end of the spectrum to the other. And black cats are associated with like spiritual energy and like witchy stuff, and that's one of my biggest special interests, so, you know, all encompassing. And I mean, my general like aesthetic is like black and like alternative stuff. Yeah. Fair enough. I think I'm a little of both. I think because of the way like my face looks in general when I'm outside of the house, I look really like intimidating, or like the resting like bitch face type thing. But I'm genuinely just a small human. I'm just a baby. I'm just a big like sweetheart all the time to everyone that I care about. I am like the one person that will be like cheering people on and super supportive all the time. I don't care. It's how I am. I'm gonna find that TikTok post I made though. I have like 2 TikTok accounts. Okay, technically I have 3, but one of them shall never be named ever on the internet presence that I have, because God, that would get me in a lot of trouble. So I have 2 TikTok accounts. I do not have 3 TikTok accounts. There is not 3 TikTok accounts out there for me. No. No. There's 2. There's 2. If you dig up my 3rd goddamn TikTok, I swear to God, you deserve a medal, but also you will immediately think of me like way differently and think I'm not a person to be around. So, fingers crossed. In my defense, I haven't used the 3rd TikTok in years, for good reason. Anyways, I have 2 TikToks. One is my book talk account, which is pretty widely findable on the internet. Same thing with, I have 2 Instagrams. I have 2 TikToks. One is my book talk account, which is widely available on the internet. Same thing with my book Instagram, Bookstagram, whatever. My book TikTok, I have 1,591 followers right now, and my top viewed video has 37,000 views. And then I have my personal TikTok, which has 145 followers, and my top video has 4,000 views, and it literally was a video of me asking people advice about birth control. Lovely thing to go viral for. Anyways, like, not viral, but like blow up in my way for it. The next ones that are top is like random things. Well, that's interesting. Okay, actually a lot of my videos kind of blew up. The last few videos I made on my personal account of TikTok. There's like 1,000, 1,200, 2,000. Huh. Interesting. 6,000 on that one. Damn. Oh yeah, that's understandable. People watch like piercing and piercing healing content a lot. I did a whole video. I have snake bite piercings. I have 2 lip piercings. I know. I get so quiet on TikTok, especially my personal one, because it's like really irritating. But creating my book talk and upkeeping it is what has gotten me like a ton of free books and a ton of cool interactions with authors and like signed books and stuff. So I will continue my book talk endlessly until TikTok finally gets banned in the US. Just because I like books. So yeah, I did like a snake bite healing video that was about my piercings healing and how I handled it and all that. That ended up getting 6,000 views, I guess. Where's the one about me being a partner? Where is it? I know what I did like a lot of videos about my BPD too on here. Like straight up like a video of me having a full ass breakdown is available online, and I hate that. Where is the one? There it is. Okay. I don't know. Like, not knowing what you look like is kind of hard, because it's kind of for me, it's like a thing based on like your facial structure and stuff as well. Hypothetically speaking, ear piercings are always a good go, especially ear lobe instead of cartilage, because they're super easy to go through. They're not that painful. They're super easy to heal. You can like stretch them if you want to get like bigger gauges and cooler jewelry, and there's so many ways you can go with them to like customize them. You know, you can get dangle earrings, you can get regular earrings, you can get just about anything possible. I have literal earrings that look like T-Rexes, where the front half of the T-Rex is in the front of your ear and the other half of the T-Rex is in the back of your ear. First plan of action would be ready for goddamn pain, but I'm pretty sure you're fine with pain. So, you know. Find somewhere that's actually reputable when it comes to getting pierced. Don't go somewhere that uses goddamn piercing guns. They are not healthy, they are not safe, and they are genuinely cause more damage than good when getting piercings. And the piercing guns are the cheap, easy piercings that people do, where they offer like free piercings if you pay for the jewelry and stuff, and it's just like a little handheld thing that goes pop. So not nice. A lot of people use them. They're not good for you. So don't do that. Do somewhere that actually uses needles like they're supposed to. Find a decently reputable place, like somewhere that's, you know, has decent reviews, or that people are comfortable with overall, and that has, you know, good talk about it. Yeah, I understand. That's kind of why I have so many piercings, and I'm still planning like dozens more, because the piercing pain's kind of cathartic for me. Same thing with tattoo pain. That's why I'm kind of really excited for my collarbone tattoo, because it's gonna goddamn hurt, and I'm so ready for that. I need that right now, not to be like borderline talking about self-harm, but I need that right now. I want. So anyways, I'd pick something that like you genuinely like know you want, you know, look about different piercings and stuff online and what they look like and stuff like that, and kind of compare it. Like what I used to do as a kid was do little dots with marker where I wanted piercings, and then like walk around with it for the day and check myself out in the mirror fairly often and see basically how I feel about it. Some people do like little gems that they'll kind of glue in place to look at for the day and kind of see how it would look. I think that's like a really good way to kind of see if you genuinely would be comfortable with it long term. Granted, you can always take piercings out and they'll heal up, but you know, if you spend this amount of money on a piercing, you're kind of less likely to want to pull it back out and let it heal. So I actually had to pull out one of my piercings and let it heal, and I'm pissed, so pissed. I had both of my eyebrow piercings. I had both sides of my nose, my septum, and then my snake bites, which are both sides of the bottom lip, so that I had like a whole symmetrical thing going on. And I had to take out one of my eyebrow piercings because it was rejecting out of my face, and if I let it fully reject, it would have just fallen out of my eyebrow. So I had to take it out before it fully rejected, so it would heal up, and hopefully once it's scarred over and stuff, I can get it redone at some point. But frustrating. So yeah, that's basically the starting points, and then as far as like taking care of them and stuff, your piercer will usually tell you how to take care of them pretty well. Yeah, that's kind of all I can say on it without being like, you should get this because of how you look, because I'm not going to be like, you need to show me how you look. That's weird. So anyways, I found the video about the partner thing. I said, okay, I've figured it out. I have a puppy dog partner. I get overly excited to see you. I get super anxious about new things. I use the big pouts with puppy dog eyes very often. I'm clumsy in the most, like, endearing way and not just annoying way. I definitely make weird, like, happy squeaks when I'm excited about things. I hop around a lot. I have energy bursts at random and then will sleep for hours on end. And I love my comfort objects and comfort humans. I need routine to function. I'm very easily amused by really silly stuff. And I'm literally always in love with learning new things. I went in detail, okay? I was like, this is all the goddamn reasons. I don't know why I went in so much detail. This was like, how old was this? This was like 2022. I was so detailed in that. I had to make sure everyone knew. Oh, I found an old stream clip. I remember that. This was like early days of streaming, like very, very early days of streaming, and I had someone in chat say, like, I don't know why, but you make me feel safe, and it made my heart so happy that I clipped it and I was posting it on my TikTok. Like, this made my little streamer heart so, so happy, and I'm so glad that I stream on Twitch. Yeah, there's just a lot of old TikToks on here. I don't care if anyone finds my personal TikTok, to be completely honest. It's just a deep dive into my brain and my life. Not in a, like, super uncomfortable for me way. I did a lot of, like, videos about... Oh, thank you. I did a lot of videos about my puppy. I did a lot of, like, videos and photos about, like, how I've changed over the years and my different eras and things. Like, there was a whole trend about, like, they told me not to cut my hair 'cause it frames your face. What's a girl like you doing in this place? And it was, like, my whole video I did, like, 5 times about my old long hair and then how I, like, cut it super short out of the blue. That's really cool. I'm glad. I've been told that, like, twice ever, and it's really interesting to hear. This is my conversational voice when I'm comfortable with someone. I have a lot of different ranges of voice. When I'm super excited or super anxious, my voice definitely goes up in pitch. You've heard it a couple times when I get super nervous or, like, jump scared by the game. But for the most part, my voice stays pretty here. I kind of turn into a, like, infantilized version of myself when I'm around my partners. Because we kind of, like, baby talk back and forth to each other, like, 80% of the time and talk goofy. So, like, my voice goes a little lighter and a little higher most of the time. I think that's also a subconscious, like, overly feminized thing of when I'm with partners that expect me to be overly feminized. I kind of overly feminize myself. But from the years of me trying to kind of present more masculine, my voice kind of deepened out into this for my mostly normal voice. A lot of people I used to talk to when I was, like, a super young kid talk to me now and they're like, you sound like you went through, like, male puberty compared to what your voice used to be. And I was like, I mean, I kind of did. I kind of just forced myself to deepen my voice for years, and now it's here. Yeah, I love that. I can do, like, certain high-pitched. I do a weird, like, kitten squeak when I yawn a lot of times. I'm really glad that hasn't come out on stream. Yeah, I do, like, a weird, like, kitten squeak when I yawn sometimes, but for the most part I can't do super, like, high-pitched ooh voices. I felt so out of touch the other day. You know, the ooh stance where you, like, move your feet to be, like, pointing inwards towards each other, and then you do, like, the pointer fingers touching with, like, thumbs up thing, and it's like ooh. If I yawn, I'll try to allow it to happen instead of holding it in. Like, that stance, I tried to do that stance to my partner as, like, a joke, and he was like, what are you doing? I was like, it's the thing, I'm doing the thing. Yeah, I felt real dumb. Yeah, my yawns are kind of... Does that get blurred out on stream? No, I'm totally comfortable with it. It's fine. I just don't do it very often anymore. Like, I don't even really yawn on stream, so I don't notice it. My yawns are basically either, like, I try to silence... So, I have to make an actual effort to silence my yawns, because if I don't silence them, I either do the, like, I guess guy thing, where it's like, while you're yawning, or I'll do, like, the squeak I do. So it's really hard to silence them. I'd actually prefer to not silence them overall. That was a voice crack. I'd prefer to not silence them overall. Also, I don't know what that message was. It was something from someone that just followed me that said, like, my name's something, and I don't know. I don't know if that got blurred out in stream. War cries. I like that. Did you see, like, a blurred out rectangle, or did you see that message that came through a second ago in my screen? Okay. Yeah, it probably, like, hides it or something weird. It has hidden most notifications. Like, if someone follows me or adds me as a friend, it blurs it out on Twitch stream. What am I doing? I'm losing my brain cells. Yeah, no, my partner was, like, super obsessed with it, with my squeak yawn for a long time, and he would be like, you sound like a kitten, you're so cute, and now he's like, okay. It's like the 50th time you've done this in the same night. Shut up. Not really, but he does, like, just kind of ignore it at this point. But we also actually say shut up to each other about yawns or sneezes a lot of times. So we both say bless you to each other when we sneeze. But if it's like the third or fourth time in a row that one of us sneezed, we'll go, okay, shut up now. And we'll just completely say it as a joke. I think it's something I picked up from my father, because my father does it as a joke too. Like, if you sneeze or you cough, and he, like, excuses you for it a few times, or says, like, bless you or something, like, the fourth or fifth time, he's like, okay, I've said it enough, I'm done saying it, stop. No more. You're not allowed to anymore. But yeah, for my personal TikTok, I'm pretty sure it's the same exact name as my personal YouTube that you found, so if you ever needed to know that, you can. I don't care. I don't care if you know, like, 90% of my personal stuff that's online. You're not, like, really doing anything besides... That's the second time we've done that. We found out that's a, like, less than 1% chance, and that's the second time we've gotten that. You're not, like, you know, judging or, like, being stalkerish. You're just kind of existing, so I don't really care if you know 90%. There's that one TikTok that I would literally not even tell, like, people that have known me for my whole life. Which was stupid because I put my face on it too, so, like, people could put two and two together. I'm pretty sure one of my, one person from my life figured it out besides my ex, who was also in it at times, and she messaged me, like, I found your TikTok, and I was, like, panicking, because at the time I only had that one TikTok, and I was like, do not tell a single soul you found that, shut up right now. Because, I mean, I grew up with her, we were best friends for years, but we hadn't talked in years, and she just randomly hit me up and was like, I found your TikTok, and I was like, no, you did not. So let's just say it's a coping mechanism that's also usually sexualized by a lot of people, which is why I don't share it, because people think that it's me sexualizing it when it's literally a coping mechanism of mine. And it's not a coping mechanism I use anymore, but there are so many videos and so many followers on that account that I can't, like, erase it from existence. Partially because my brain's like, you know, so many people feel comforted by seeing someone else that uses that coping mechanism, and it's also, like, a memories thing for me, because a lot of those videos were, like, memories of my life. So it still exists out there, but I don't use it. I don't remember the last time I posted on it, honestly. I think I phased out of using it shortly after I moved into my apartment, a little bit before I broke up with my ex. because my ex was kind of the person that was associated with that coping mechanism, and then not having that kind of completely threw it out of my life. So yeah. And then my current partner was kind of one of those people that was really uncomfortable and judgy about it, so I just kind of was like, okay, not doing that anymore, I'm all good. So yeah. No, you're totally fine. I'm super, like, I'm definitely the type of person to kind of like deep dive about people's history and like what they post and stuff when I'm talking to them, because it's really interesting to like learn more about them. That's why I literally talk to you about just about anything you ask me about, because it doesn't like phase me. I know it's just, you know, you being curious and us talking about stuff, and it's cool. It's fine. Yeah, fair enough. I have, as we've talked about, a very extensive digital footprint because of the way that I was raised, being mostly online, and then I kind of delved into being online. My Instagram, even like my personal Instagram, used to have a lot of posts, like over 1,000 posts, and a lot of them are archived now because it was like an extensive gallery of my entire life, and I was kind of tired of it, so I just like selected it down. And of course the ones I selected down to are like nature photos or just selfies of me being way too full of myself. So it's not that much better, but yeah. Yeah, a lot of people know my PlayStation account at this point because I stream with it, you know, shared, and it's like this similar naming to my online stuff, so people just keep following me or adding me. I'm not gonna lie, like, all the people that add me through stream, I don't even answer most of the time. Fair enough. God, I miss drinking. I don't drink because my partner's sober, so I feel kind of weird, like, drinking. Like, even outside of his presence. I definitely wouldn't drink in his presence because that's just rude, but I don't even really drink, like, outside of his presence if I go out with my family and stuff on my own, because it's just become a habit that I don't drink as much. But drinking is a fantastic time sometimes. I would prefer getting high over drinking, though, and I still get high once in a while, so fun times. You know I'm literally gonna, like, screenshot that and add you, right? Oh, I can't add you, damn it. I'm saving it, though. The only reason I can't add you is because my partner's already kind of pissy about me chatting with you on stream, so if I add you on PlayStation, he's gonna be like, who are you adding on PlayStation? And I'm gonna be like, mind your goddamn business. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I'll save it, because, like I said, that was where I was saying, I don't know what's happening with my relationship, but I know my birthday's in under a month, and I made a very, very strong promise to myself. I will not be living the way I am living right now by my birthday. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of my years going by and being miserable. There's a lot of things at play that don't need to be happening, that are happening, and yeah. So, there will be changes, I just don't know what changes, because, you know, if my relationship does end, I don't make enough income to survive on my own, and I also wouldn't be able to stay in my apartment on my own because it's federally funded, and if there's not enough people for the amount of bedrooms, then they boot you out the door. So, and I have a 2-bedroom apartment, so if it's one person in a 2-bedroom apartment, they would boot me right out. So yeah, which is why it was kind of tied into earlier when I was saying I don't know if I'd, like, stop streaming for a while, because if it does turn out that, you know, I can't afford stuff and I have to get a new job and move and all that, I wouldn't even know, like, what internet situation I would have, whether my PlayStation would even be hooked up, like, all of that. So yeah. But you know a lot of my social media, so if I disappear off the face of the earth, you can just be like, are you alive? So, yeah. Fun times. The next few months are going to be pretty insane for me, and I don't know in what way, and it's kind of terrifying. Which is why I've been streaming like crazy and playing Minecraft like crazy, because it just makes me kind of forget it exists for a while. It's a vibe. I just want to enchant that damn armor, and I can't because I can't get friggin' villagers. I might have to go back into the damn nether again. I didn't think it looked like that fortress had a nether wart room. But we could have missed a chunk of it too. So yeah, my personal YouTube, my personal Instagram, and my personal TikTok all are under the same name. So if there's ever like instance of time where I'm disappeared for months and you want to know if I'm alive or not, you can probably reach out on any of those three, and you'd find me there whether I'm posting or not, and be able to be like, hey, you good? So just so you know, just an early amount of abundance of caution, because I really don't know what's gonna happen and whether shit's gonna hit the fan for me. So fun times. Not saying I'm gonna die, but or that I'm in like physical danger in any way, but just I don't know what's gonna go on. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And knowing me, I'd probably just answer you no. just one answer, no. Yeah, I feel you on like anxiety when it comes to streaming and stuff. See, then you know it's actually me, because if I answered yes, I'm alive, you'd be like, who's using your keyboard right now? Who are you? You're not Jax. What's going on? You're fine. Yeah, I don't blame you on the mic thing. I definitely think it's kind of sketchy and anxious, anxiety-inducing to talk online to people. Who is this random person? You're not Jax! Where's Jax? The funnier part is by the time you would have to message me that, I would genuinely forget this whole conversation of like me saying I would say no, and I would say something like yes, and you'd be like absolutely thrown for a loop thinking it's not me and it's just me being stupid. Because I don't plan on disappearing anywhere for like months, if ever, so it'd be a fair chance my brain goldfishes and forgets that I was supposed to say no, or that I would normally say no when someone asks if I'm alive. I feel like that's what my friend Christy does. If I don't answer her for like 2 or 3 days, she's like, where are you? Are you alive? What's happening? Answer me, damn it. Because we literally talk to each other daily, even at like 2 in the morning. So if I go silent on her for a few days, she's like, something's happening. Do I need to drive the 2 hours to your goddamn house and knock on your door, or are you going to answer me? I don't think that'll work when you don't live in the US, dude. Plus, that would probably get me pretty in danger if I just walk into a random sewer anywhere near where I live. You live in every sewer. My friend used to say that he was going to live in my cabinets when I moved into my own apartment. And he lived like way overseas. Yeah, so the reason I said this is like a 1% chance is the 10 ink sacs is, like, legitimately, I looked it up, a 0.1% chance with an unenchanted fishing rod, and pretty much a 1% chance with an enchanted fishing rod, and the last time it happened, it was the first time I had ever in my entire life gotten 10 ink sacs from a fishing pole, and then it just happened again. Joe Biden's sewers would not be a nice place to live. What? I feel like I have to go back to another for another word, but I really don't want to. Yeah. Very much so agree. Hey, Prop 4. Prop 4. Let's do Prop 4 on the leggings this time, because we have a Prop 4 chest plate already. Why does it keep giving me plain goddamn prot when I get prot? That's so irritating. There's like so many other things it could give me, and it says, and nope. You get this, actually. What are you whining about, Bales? What's the matter, pretty girl? Don't whip me with your tail. What's the matter, big girl? Come here. Oh, what's the matter, pretty baby? You're a giant. You can't stand on me. You're too heavy. Hi. Hi. What's the matter? What matter? Do you just want attention? Ow! You just laid on top of Lucy and then punched me in the face. That is not nice. Double not nice. You're a bully. You are a bully, dog. Yourself. Would you stop beating up my headset and my face, please? It's not nice. It's not nice. Shake it out and relax. Nix, I'm fine. She's not hurting me that bad. It's okay. You don't need to give me kisses and make it better. I'm alright. I'm alright. Thank you for the kisses. I'm alright. All the kisses. I know, she smacked the hell out of the thing. She's a German Shepherd that weighs like 80 pounds, and she's got giant ass hands and feet. Paws and legs. And she just like threw her whole arm at me twice in my face, and the first time she clawed the hell out of my middle of my face, and the second time she just like smacked my whole headset and mic. Hi, you don't need to lick the microphone. Poor Dante's is having a whole experience through the mic tonight. Why are you licking my hands? Hi. That's my hand still. It still tastes the same. They're crazy. They're crazy. Yeah, I said you're crazy. I said you're a crazy girl. I said you're a crazy girl. Boop. Oh, I still don't have a chest plate and boots. I probably should fix that. Yeah, I guess she is trying to throw hands at me. I don't know. She's something. Like I said, she's my partner's dog, so she's like kind of okay with me, but for the most part, she's still completely his when it comes to mindset and attitude. So she'll tolerate me, but then she'll just do stuff like that. Fair enough. I don't blame you on that. I've gone through phases of like stopping using certain social medias, but it never lasts very long. For a long time, I was using like Google Hangouts to talk to people, but that was partially because I was being a degenerate. When I got, repeatedly told I was banned from using Wattpad because I was like sexting people at 14 years old and role playing and stuff. Every time I got banned, I would just give them my email before I like logged out, and then I just Google Hangouts people. Yeah, it's Google Chat now or something like that, isn't it? But I don't use it. I haven't used it in years. Which is funny because my mom kept banning me from using Wattpad, and instead of like deleting the account, she'd just log me out. So in like 2 months, when she stopped monitoring my phone again, and she knows I did this, so this isn't incriminating for me, and also it was years ago, so you can whatever about it, Mom. I don't think she even watches my streams anymore. But yeah, so every time she would just like log me out instead of like deleting the account or something. So after the couple months of her intensely monitoring everything I did on my phone, when she finally started like letting me use my phone again, I would just start using Wattpad again. And I just like use the web version instead of using the app version so that she couldn't like realize that I was doing it as easily. Yeah, I was a handful. My parents tried to manage me, but it was kind of those cases where like super strict parents create really sneaky kids. So like my parents would like super hard try to manage me and keep track of everything, and it just made me more and more sneaky about what I was doing. And it just didn't go well. It definitely gave me a lot of issues because, you know, if I had actually listened to their managing, I probably wouldn't have been like 13 or 14 talking to a 20-something-year-old consistently, and, you know, sexting with strangers that were way older than me that I should not have been speaking with, and lots of other things. So yeah. Should have listened. Did I listen? No, I did not. Yeah, I was a sketchy kid. Sketchy early teen, I guess. And then I ended up pretty much asexual, so yeah, fun times. But yeah, because I would like get banned, I would just use Google Hangouts. And then I, long time ago, stopped using Google Hangouts and deleted it. And I stopped using Wattpad besides my other account that I use for writing. I stopped using Discord for a long time, and I still don't have Discord anymore. I don't know. I think I do. I vaguely remember it, but it's like so buried in my memory that it's really hard to actually think of. There's a lot of things like that from when I was younger. I tried so hard to get on like a lot of social medias, like Kik and stuff, that were not for children whatsoever, but I was like, this person keeps telling me to message them on Kik, Mom, I want to go on Kik. Yeah, no, I am glad I did not get into that. And then stuff like that, and then like I had YouTube and Instagram, and I got into friggin' TikTok and everything else under the damn sun. Social media is exhausting though. I end up going silent for so long that I lose a lot of my social media following for like book talk and stuff, and I just can't help it. It's just exhausting to keep up with. And then you get like, I'll actually talk about some of the messages I've gotten. You get like so many weird messages on TikTok when you're like a big creator. Ugh. It's nothing sexual, fair warning. I'm just talking about weird things, not that. I have 70 message requests that are sitting in my messages. Yeah. I agree. My big thing, was I got way into roleplay and a lot of things I should not have gotten into. So, yeah. Fun times. Not fun times, but fun times. I do not wish that on any other child, but I did it. So yeah, my message requests are just so strange on TikTok because of how many people I have for followers. And there's like random people that are just like, hello, how are you doing, with a bunch of emojis. There's people that are like, I came across your page as a suggestion and I wanted to reach out to you. There's a bunch of people that are like, hi fellow writer. what do you like about your writing, or random questions about writing and being an author. And like, it's cool, but also every single one of them are spam, so I don't answer them. Every single one of them that's like, congrats on your writing, or are you an author, or stuff like that, is just literal spam. They'll like answer you for 2 seconds and then they'll try to promote you spending money on one of their products, and it's so annoying. There was one that was like, check your post, has the views gone up? And then like, I don't know, there's some people that just say hello and then I just never answer them. Hello, how are you doing? I had like 4 different self-defense keychain places that were like, do you want a free self-defense keychain? I'm like, I'd love it, but y'all ain't actually offering it, so I ain't answering you. The random creepers on TikTok that are like, hey pretty, hey beautiful, how you doing? No, nah, nope. Yeah, exactly. Nope. This was one of my favorite absolutely sketchy ones I got, and this is word for word. Some random creeper who put his name as Jason Statham, who's a goddamn actor, and put a picture of the actor as his profile picture, and I don't know what his videos are. Word for word said, hey, I just wanted to say your smile lights up the screen, but it's your energy that really stands out. You seem like someone with a beautiful heart behind the beauty. Just wanted to send a little kindness your way. What? What are you on, dude? Thanks, but, no thanks. All set. And 90% of these that are sitting in the message requests are all, like, deactivated accounts now. Yeah. I only have a handful of the weird, creepy ones. Yeah, exactly, like, thanks, but no. Stranger danger! If someone I know says I'm pretty or, like, something complimenting, I'm like, okay, thank you. But some random strangers, like, all that stuff, no thanks. No thanks. My partner sent me a snap and I have to answer it. In slight news about my appearance, I think you know my appearance anyways. I have dimples when I smile, and I'm kind of like really impressed lately because for the longest time, when I gained weight, I only had like one side of my dimples that would show up when I smiled. I don't know why. I guess it's just like the way my face was carrying the weight and stuff. And now that I started losing a little bit more weight again, not very healthily, but, you know, losing a little bit more weight again, the other side of my dimple is finally reappearing, and I'm like, yes! Top tier accomplishment. I agree. I'm the same way. Well, to an extent, I'm really, really complimenting of appearance when it's, like, someone I'm super close with, like my friend I was just complimenting the hell out of. I tell her she's gorgeous and beautiful and perfect and amazing and like all that sort of stuff all the time. But for the most part, I just prefer complimenting people's like personality and them as a person. I feel like compliments are kind of hard because you don't know how someone will take it, for one, and for two, they're not like that deep, you know. You're complimenting someone on something on the outside versus like complimenting something you know about them that's genuinely like worthy of complimenting. I don't know. It also makes me awkward to compliment people's appearance. I've been the one that's like, oh my god, you're really pretty, to like a stranger on the street, and it makes me so anxious to say stuff like that to people that I don't know, and it makes me feel like it makes them uncomfortable as hell, so I don't like it. At this point, when I see someone that's really pretty or really cool, I just sit there and I whisper, cool person, and like have a little panic attack because they're really cool, and then I don't ever interact with them at all. Which basically just means you're either a femboy, you're a really mask woman, or you generally have dyed hair, piercings, or tattoos, or all of the above, or like alternative aesthetics. That makes me sit there like, cool person. Yeah. I'm very awkward. I don't know. I think generally I prefer personality compliments like from other people, but I also kind of like appearance compliments in a way because I'm really insecure about how I look a lot for a lot of good reason. So someone being like complimenting of it is really nice. But then I can't take it seriously sometimes because, you know, my boyfriend will compliment my appearance and I'm like, you're biased. You can't say that because you're biased. You know, I'll be like asking him which like shirt looks better on me, and he's like, both of them look great because you look great. And I'm like, stop it. Give me an answer that helps me, please. It's not helpful. I don't know why she's whiny. She's just whiny. I don't want to be a cool person to this weirdo online. Screw this. I really don't know why that dog is whining so much. I think she's just talkative right now. It's late and she's tired and she's like, eh. Plus I think she's just whining because she misses her dad, my boyfriend. Because every time he's gone for longer than a half hour when it's not his work day, she gets super whiny. I think it's also because I never got like appearance compliments when I was younger and when I was a teen, so it's really awkward and uncomfortable for me to accept them in general. Like if someone was like, you're pretty, I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? Huh? Do you need glasses? And people get so irritated about it because they think I'm trying to be like rude and not take the compliment. It's just I don't know how to deal with the compliment. If it's something about my personality, at least it's like, oh, thank you, and I feel like really good about it for a while. If it's like my appearance, I just I don't know. There are minimal things I like about my appearance, so if you compliment one of the things I like about my appearance, I might be able to accept the compliment. Otherwise, I think you're just absolutely insane. And that's about it. But it changes too. I used to like absolutely hate my eyes, and now if someone's like, you have, you know, like pretty eyes, or I like your eyes, I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I'm just like, oh, that's nice. But if someone said that before when I like absolutely despise my eyes, I was like, no, they're like so boring. They're like poop brown. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm trying to be better at that, where I can like take it and like respond okay, and then just like have the internal dialogue of what the hell are you thinking, do you need glasses? Because that's really rude to respond a compliment with. But I will say, when I lose weight, it is over for anyone. Like, I will be the hot person, I swear to God. I will make myself be a hot person. I will. It is my goal at someday, somehow. Until then, we're mid. It's alright. Thank you. Nixie, you're gonna fall off the bed, you idiot. She gets in a mode where she's like itching herself, and when she's itching herself, she doesn't pay attention, and then when she does it close enough to the edge of the bed, she'll straight fall off the bed, and then she'll sit on the floor like pouting at me, going, Mom, I fell off the bed, in her head, and I'm sitting there like, you did it to yourself, honey. You're not very bright right now. I don't know. I think I can do it as far as losing weight. I've lost weight before. I've been 60 pounds lighter than I am right now, but that was extremely unhealthily, and it was really hard to sustain because of how unhealthy it was, and then I was pretty comfortable about like 40 pounds lighter than I am right now, but then, you know, I gained a lot of weight, so life happens. My body's like one of those bodies that has hormonal issues and does really, really well with gaining weight and really, really bad with losing weight or sustaining lost weight. So it's a whole science experiment. Yeah, fair. I saw a post that was like, this like plus size chick, and she was like thinking only plus size men would be into me because I'm plus size as a woman, and then she was like also falls into the category of like bodybuilders and like skinny gamer dudes and like other plus size women and stuff like that like her, and being like surprised. I don't know about that. I don't know. I've like mostly dated like skinny white dudes, so and my partner has like a whole identity complex because of it, because he was super super small when we started dating, because he was literally starving himself all the time. And then like when we got together, he was trying to help me eat more often because I was also not eating very often, so then he was eating more often, so now he's like gained some weight, and I don't think he looks big by any means, but he's like, I'm so fat, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, okay. And the thing is I'm like 5'8", so being plus sized at my height is just a lot. It's a lot. But that's kind of what makes me lose weight as well, is just like eating very rarely and having more caffeine intake. That's low-key why I've been having more green tea, because green tea has a lot of compounds in it that really help with your metabolism, and my metabolism is shot, so okay. I wasn't saying like I've dated only skinny white guys as like trying to talk about anything to do with you, just fair statement. And I don't date skinny white guys by choice, so whole thing. Okay, I just wanted to clarify, because I realized I said it at like a terrible time for what you said, and I think for the most part when I'm saying random BS, you kind of know what I'm talking about, but I just like to clarify sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. My type's really interesting. So, yeah. I don't know how I managed to date outside of my type every time I've dated someone long term. It's talent, I guess. But the first person that I dated long term, I mainly, yeah. That's generally my type, is like I prefer people's personalities and like getting close to someone before I think about anything romantic. I mean, I'm definitely the like hardcore romantic that'll end up having a crush on someone real goddamn fast sometimes. But even if I have a crush on them real fast, I'm super into like getting to know someone and being, you know, close with them before even thinking about like going into dating. So yeah. But both are optional. The Hazapults being optional is a little bit sketch. Just gonna let you know there, bud. Little bit sketch. That is like illegal in most parts of the world. Just saying. Just letting you know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm normally more of a connection person than like an appearance person, but I'm a sucker for certain appearances, which I've already explained some of the categories of. I don't know why those categories of humans have to be incredibly attractive, but they are. But yeah, I just get along with people depending on getting along with them, and then it goes from there. The first person I dated, I didn't even date, like, trying to date them, I guess. I don't know. We were, like, talking. I'm down if an alien hits me up. You know, to be honest, maybe a relationship with an alien would be better than these confusing ass relationships with humans. I'm just gonna say that. Alright, alright. But, yeah, I think I, like, ended up developing, like, a small crush on him, and then he was, like, I think I kind of rushed into the relationship because he was talking about wanting to download, like, Tinder or something to try to, like, get a relationship with someone, and I was sitting there thinking, I have a crush on you, and I really don't want to watch you be with someone else, so I, like, threw it all out on the line and told him I had feelings for him, and then, yeah, point A to point B, yeah. That was so dumb of me, though. Like, this dude's full on admitting that he's not attracted to me by saying he wants to go on, like, Tinder or something to look for someone to date. And my ass goes, but I like you. No, no, have some standards. Fair. I'm not saying you are. I was just joking with you, too, but yeah. Definitely interesting. Yeah, I don't know. And then this relationship, I think I got into it with the idea of who the person was based on who they were, because it's someone that I used to be really, really close friends with as a kid. And then we lost touch for a lot of years. Date a ghost. That'd be interesting. There are, like, ghost stories where people said they've had, like, intimate encounters with ghosts. Which is interesting and kind of odd. I'm not even kidding, it's so odd. I don't understand. Lucky. At this point, I'd probably have better game with a ghost than I do with humans. Yeah, like, this person I was dating, I was friends with for a long time as a kid, so when we started talking again, I think I kind of expected or had a concept in my mind of who he was, and he's not that person. And then there's also been a lot of other issues, so just stuff. But, I don't know. I know very, very genuinely if I ever am single again after all this hits the fan, it is going to be a long time before I date again. Because I need to get my whole life together, to be honest. Like, I need to know what I want and actually stick to it instead of just being like, oh, I kind of have feelings for you, I guess I'm going to try to pursue you. And, yeah. I've gotten myself in a lot of trouble romantically, and I need to actually fix that for once. But we shall see if I ever manage to fix that. And I mean, even if I don't, like, get out of this relationship, I do need to seriously take some time to figure out, like, what I need and what I want, and stick to that and not be, like, all over the place. So, yeah. Yippity-doo-doo. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for tonight. It's 10 o'clock for me. It's late as hell for you. Why are you still awake? I just realized that looking at my time. Keeping you awake with the riveting conversations about random ass topics. I think ass is just being included in one of the swears that I'm going to say that isn't considered a swear on stream anymore. I've said it way too many times. Don't question my actions. I am questioning your actions. It's late. You need to sleep. Sleep is a normal human function that is necessary. And as much as you may doubt it, you are in fact human. Most days. You need answers? Well, I have answers, so you can ask away. I will always have answers. Even if they're all over the place, I have answers. I don't have answers to the meaning of life, though. Good luck with that one. That ain't my alley. I'm eating a fish. They're good to eat. They're cool to look at. They're really good to eat. That's about all I can have for it. They go blub and they exist. They exist to be pretty and then be eaten. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Nope. 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 Shutting my mouth before I dig myself a hole. Nope. Oh my god, I can't be up at this time of night streaming because my brain goes into other thoughts. Weird person. Yep. Yep. That's why I'm shutting my mouth. You already know, by the way, I'm cackling precisely the concept that was going to come out of my mouth, so it's not helping, but I'm shutting my mouth. Your assumptions are on your brain, not on mine. There's no reason for me cackling. Perfectly normal reason for me cackling. Jesus. Big yawn. I'm gonna think happy thoughts. Yeah. I'm not good at happy thoughts. I can't help with that. When am I gonna catch something that's actually useful instead of just endless fish? The world may never know. Who would have thought that I wouldn't want fish while fishing? Yeah, fair. My thoughts are usually just ADHD running rampant. There's a lot of, like, thinking about the past sprinkled in there, and then there's a lot of missing people I shouldn't miss sprinkled in there, and then there's just derpzilla mode. It's like the brain rot, like early 2000s stuff, like the ASDF movies and the Narwhal song, and It's Raining Tacos, and a duck waddled up to the lemonade stand, and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" That type of stuff. That's my brain personified. Fair. Fair. My suicidal thoughts have kind of faded into a weird, just persistent, general feeling of maybe I shouldn't belong here, rather than, like, really insistent, I need to die right now. So, it's a weird undercurrent of most of my existence now. And I can't really tell if it's like an upgrade or a downgrade, because I can't tell if it's like easier to deal with than constantly thinking about plans and how to enact them, or what. I don't know. It kind of just makes life in general really weird, because when you're constantly thinking, why am I here, or I shouldn't be here, you kind of just lose motivation to do much of anything. I've been there. Not a fun place to be. I would say sending hugs, but you're probably not a physical touch person, for one, and for two, you're thousands of miles away, and for three, it's kind of strange to tell someone you're sending them hugs, even though that's what I always do for my friends anyways, is say sending hugs! So. And hugs don't fix, you know, suicidal thoughts, but it's like sending support vibes in how I say it. Not sending bullets, Jesus Christ. Nah. Mm-mm. I am not assisting. I'm not aiding and abetting here. I would like you to survive, thanks. I quite like your company. No. And I can't send anything because I don't know your location, which is, you know, and obvious. God, we just airstrike down people that are suicidal when they start talking about wanting to die. Jesus Christ. I think a lot of people would be dead. I think we would like half our population very quickly. Dictatorship, yeah. No one in my world can be suicidal. They will be struck down. It's like some dystopian, weird ass world. Gives me the same vibes of dystopia, like The Giver and the Divergent series and stuff like that, where they're like monitoring you and everything. Except the monitoring is just if you talk about suicide, you're gonna get airstruck down. I pity the fools that drop into stream while we're talking about random, very odd concepts like this. You drop into a stream about Minecraft and someone's talking about airstriking depressed, suicidal people in the world. Yep, normal thing. Oh my god. It's pretty interesting. Well, you have the context most of the time, at least. Versus these people just don't have any context for anything, because when you first join, there's no, like, history of chat besides the little history of chat they can see on the screen from the stream pop-ups. Hey, you want to know how many chats you've sent on streams? I just figured out I can discover that. I wish it would tell me how many, like, hours we've spent bantering back and forth, because that'd be sick. Let me see. It's like a mod thing. It tells me, like, how many messages, and then, like, timeouts and bans and mod comments and stuff. You maxed it out. You maxed out what it measures. I literally want to screenshot that. It says 999 plus as your messages. I love that. That's sick. Hey, it tells me your birthday. Like your birthday, like, day. Is it like the day that you first started talking here? That would be interesting. I know, I'm not saying, like, your birthday, like, when you were born. I'm saying, like, is it, like, the day you first talked in a stream or something? Because it's, like, a little birthday candle icon. That's cool. Yeah, no, I know it's not telling me, like, actually when you were born. Sorry, I phrased it wrong. Your stream birthday, I guess, would be the better phrasing. You're like, this dumbass thinks that Twitch is telling them my goddamn birthday. January 23rd, it says. No worries. I will be here. Phoenix. It's really bothering me that my sword is like just barely damaged and not fixed. Where did the thing go that didn't fit in my inventory? It was like a fishing rod. Did it despawn? I don't know. Alright, we don't need that. 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 Alright. Alright, we're keeping these ones. Yeah, because the one today is at like over 200 for this stream, and then I had the other stream that I restarted that was at like over 100, I think. We be chatting. Yeah, sounds about right. Maybe I'll breed some turtles for fun. We're vibing. It's fun times. You're the most active chat person I've ever had, probably. But you're also like the only chat person I've genuinely like, I would say like, would consider a friend and talk to like a friend all the time. Because a lot of chatters that I've had, they're just kind of like, this person chatted in my stream, you know? Which is kind of parasocial of me to be like, you're my friend, but I would genuinely consider you a friend. How can I not? We've literally talked about stuff that, like, I don't talk with probably my own family about. Of course. I also consider you a very cool person. You're definitely in that range of me just sitting there like a child going, cool person, cool person, cool person, cool person. Can I breed you guys? Oh, there's 3 of you. Well. I'm gonna go train this one to come over here. Then we'll have 4. The slow sideways waddle towards each other. Thank you. Also, I completely missed your message earlier when you were talking about the Howo thing. I do like it. I think it's cool. I used to say heyo a lot, and I used to say Howo, like Hewo. One of my friends used to say Hero a lot, which is like Herro. I haven't seen anyone else really use that, and I kind of get like weird, uncomfortable vibes when someone else uses it because that person's like very complex of a memory to me. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a cool little like unique spin. The W for Fwend reminded me of the Howo that I forgot to bring up, so I was like, hey, we gotta talk about that. You laid 3 eggs. Thank you very much. I'm going to take them and enclose them in a cage now. You just create babies and suddenly your babies are being enclosed in a cage for some other person's game. Everything's fine. I don't know why that egg still hasn't hatched. We've been playing in this area for days since it existed, and it's still not hatched. Aren't they supposed to take like up to 7 in-game days or something like that? It's been over 7 in-game days, I think. You got a friend in me. I love that. I'm not gonna lie, I do that 90% of the time that I'm streaming, because like I've said, I like lay on my bed on my stomach to play, and I'll just sit here like kicking my feet and twirling my feet all the time. It's actually part of how I focus on the game for as long as I do, because if I just was laying here perfectly still, I would probably lose my mind.
Thank you.
Thank yous.
Yeah, I love you.
Oh, I love you screaming. Stop screaming! It's loud! Nixie, be nice. You don't need to tell her she's screaming by eating her face. They're going insane. I think they're getting the insanity of sitting still for too long now. It is. I'm very much so into the concept of stretching, because your muscles get very, very uncomfortable without stretching. And like, especially people that like exercise or like get active in any way, your muscles just slowly shrink and shrink and shrink and tighten and tighten and tighten, which causes like the opposite of what you're going for when you're working out in a way, and also causes a whole lot of issues with mobility. I'm hypermobile, so even when I'm not stretching, I can do quite a decent range of motion most of the time. But when I am stretching, I can like immediately do a split within 2 days of keeping up with my stretches, and stuff like that. So, and I just like it. It's really comfortable of a feeling to stretch out your muscles. For me, it's like really relaxing, and it helps a lot with body pains. My back pain that I used to go to a chiropractor for, 9 times out of 10, if I just sit and do back stretches for a minute, by the next day my back isn't hurting anymore. I actually had a entire gym class that was just like stretching and mobility or stretching and flexibility or something like that, because when I did online school we still had to do the full like PE credit to graduate, but they had a lot more options for what counted as physical education credits. So one of the classes I took to fulfill the credit was like a stretching and flexibility course, which they still had like a certain level of exercise you were supposed to get. Like you're still supposed to do like a certain amount of activity and log it every week, but other than that you were just like generally supposed to do like a range of stretches, whatever range you wanted, and you would like track your progress by measuring certain things of how you could stretch, like the hamstring stretch, how far your hands reach out every time, and stuff like that. And like it was a really chill class. They taught you about like the actual course part of it, besides the like doing exercise and doing stretches, was all about like physical education stuff about the importance of exercise and what different exercises do for your body, and what different stretches do for your body and just a bunch of random stuff. It was fun. It was nice because I don't like physical education, so I like to cop out. They even let me count like doing Wii Fit for an hour as part of my, physical exercise for the week, which was sick. So it was fun. But yeah, I love stretching. It's really nice. It's a very nice time. It's something like, yeah, I love Wii Fit. It's something like, it's kind of like an accomplishing thing to be able to like do a split after a couple days of stretching, so I try to keep up with it so that I can, consistently be flexible, but I don't know. Because I'm not a very physically fit person. Like, I can't, run for ages. I can't lift a bunch of super heavy weights, so keeping up with my flexibility was kind of that one thing that was like, I can do that, I'm at least flexible. I may not be that strong, I may not be that, capable, but I'm flexible, which is fun and cool, and I like it, so, yeah. Wii Fit is amazing. I loved it. It actually genuinely improves, too. Yeah, pretty much. Like, having a heart condition and being overweight and not exercising much makes stamina just not nice. But yeah, I used to Wii Fit actually does help. Like, people would like shit on it, saying that I had to swear because I couldn't think of a different word to use there. People would talk bad on it. Fine's a different word to use there. People would talk bad on it, of saying like it's just kind of gimmicky and it's not actually helping with stuff, but it actually genuinely helped me lose. I'm gonna block this person. Did it pop up on stream that time? It didn't, I don't think. That person that messaged me earlier that I said I didn't read the message of, this message was another message from the same person going, some people call me Mr. Beast because of how generous I am to... Leave me alone. I didn't answer your first message like an hour ago. Take the hint. Take the hint. Leave me alone. Yeah, the Wii Fit actually does help with stuff. It helped me lose weight when I was a kid, and it genuinely did actually improve my balance and coordination because I was really bad with balance, and doing like the balance check-in and doing the balance games and stuff actually really genuinely helped with improving that. It's really cool. Yeah, take the hint. I didn't reply. Yeah, I imagine the asthma definitely wouldn't help much with stamina and like functioning. Like I said, I don't have asthma, but I've known people that do, and it gets really rough for them, and I'm like, wow, I can't imagine, the difficulties of having to deal with that. I don't get why people don't take the hint, but sometimes I don't take the hint either. I'm really, really careful about being respectful of people as far as if they don't seem comfortable or if they don't answer me, I won't keep pestering them. Unless it's like my close friend and I know they're just not answering me because they're busy, and then I'll keep messaging them like, I hope you're having a good day, and stuff like that, But like strangers and people that I don't know very well, I'm very careful about if they seem uncomfortable or if they're not answering me, I'm gonna leave them the hell alone because that's a very obvious, like, leave me alone. And I see so many people that don't comprehend that. Especially being like feminine presenting. It's like, someone tries to hit on you or talk to you weird and you just don't answer them, and they're like, why aren't you answering me? Okay. That's a lot. Goodness. That's not good. My partner's had a couple instances where it's like a few minutes because when we were first together, I didn't recognize the signs as much of like the difference between him coughing from like smoking or him coughing from like an asthma attack. And he really, can't like talk much when he's in that situation. So he's just like sitting there struggling, and I'm like, how can I help? I don't know what to do, and stuff like that. Or by the time I would try to look for his inhaler, I couldn't find it and stuff like that. Or he'd be looking for his inhaler and couldn't find it. So there's been times like that. We're a little better at it now, where for the most part he has an inhaler upstairs and downstairs now, I think. So it's pretty accessible either way. And I can kind of recognize it a little better of like, oh, that's asthma. You need your inhaler now. and he like taught me how to like administer the inhaler, like to like shake it and how to do it right, so that if he's at the point where he physically can't, like get it to his mouth to do it, I can do it for him so he can get it in his system. Because there was a couple times like that too where he kind of struggled for a long time because he was too far to the point that he couldn't do it, and I didn't really know how, and I didn't want to like do it wrong and like do more harm than good, so it was a whole mess. I mean, it's super simple to operate an inhaler, but I just got like super anxious that I would like do it wrong and stuff. And he would also like not want me to do it when I didn't know how, if I was like trying to like, if I like shook it and tried to hold, like, because I could emulate what he did. I had seen it enough times, so I would shake it and I would hold it up to his mouth for him to be able to breathe while I hit it. And he would like push it away, like, no, I don't want you to do it. And then he'd like take it and be able to do it. That makes sense. Because it did say that was like your little like Twitch birthday thing, was like something 20-something January. I don't know when my Twitch was created. I created my Twitch a long time before I started streaming, because I used to watch Twitch streams long before I started doing it. Streaming was just like a random choice on my part. I happened to know that I had a headset that had a mic because it was, a headset that my ex and I shared, and he used it for like parties when he was playing in parties and gaming. And then I happened to see that there was like a broadcast option, and I was thinking, I already have a Twitch channel, so why not try Twitch streaming? Because I'm already going to play for about 6 hours. I may as well try to make something good out of it. I think that's what I did. Yeah. Hoop? I said boop and it autocorrected to hoop, but whatever. Beep hoop. But yeah, I just happened to be like, maybe I'll do this. I think that's why I stream, because honestly it feels kind of more productive to sit here and chat with someone and have a good time than it is to just sit in silence playing Minecraft for 6 hours at a time. No kidding. Interesting. Yeah, and I started streaming in like 2022. No, I don't know when I started streaming. I just looked the other day on the VODs channel and I can't remember already. I think it was 2022. Yeah, I used to watch like a bunch of Twitch streamers. I think I'm still following most of the ones that I used to watch. I don't know, I think I purged my following list a while ago. I was genuinely so pissed when I woke up at like 2:30 this afternoon and I saw that you had been live, and I had like the Twitch notification that you had been live. I was like, no! I'm seeing my following, if I can see the channels I'm following. I'm following you, I'm following a couple of my old chatters, I'm following my boyfriend because he used to stream. A couple other of my old chatters. I don't know who the hell those people are. Yeah, I need to purge my following list. I don't know 80% of these accounts. And then AimZ and Arit and Corpse Husband, because I used to watch his Among Us streams. I'm glad it was a good stream. And one of my friends that streams, and then Tubbo, and then Finster, and Tapel. Yeah, I need to definitely go through my following list. Yeah, I think I think his health got worse again, so he stopped like streaming and stuff, and he hasn't really put out much music. I loved when they were doing Among Us streams and stuff. I still have all his music in my playlist, so his songs will come up on my playlist once in a while. I wish I could play music while I stream, like in the background, but a lot of my music would be copyrighted. I'd have to look up like no copyright compilations, and I don't trust the no copyright compilations because I've used non-copyrighted music on my YouTube videos before and it still got me copyright stricken, and it was very frustrating. Plus, I think with how low my mic is of volume, it would probably be a little irritating to try to have like the game audio and background music and my talking. And I used to get copyright on YouTube from my intro song that I had because it was like an actual song that was copyrighted, and I didn't think much of it until I kept getting the strikes for it, and I was like, I should probably change that. And then I think I just ended up speeding it up so it was like faster audio, so it wasn't as obvious that it was the song, and I think I got away with it under the radar for a bit. DDM's intro, yeah. I really gotta watch that video I was telling you about that he put up. That was the Diamond Dimensions being back. It's still in my watch later. I just watched a 1 hour video the other day, so it's not like the 1 hour that its length is really going to be a problem. I have a really hard time with attention span for YouTube videos now. I have a lot of like 1 hour or like 30 minutes or longer videos in my watch later that I keep just avoiding because if I watch them, I have to watch them in 2 times speed and then keep skipping around sometimes too on top of that, and it's just super annoying. I don't know why my stupid body is hungry again. Yeah, me too. Like, if it's something I'm super interested in, I can have an attention span for ages, but for most anything else nowadays, I'm not really good with my attention span. I think you actually help a lot with how long my streams are, not even gonna lie, because my attention span's so horrible that I get really bored of streaming within an hour now, but because we're talking about all kinds of random topics all the time, it kind of just keeps my brain going and, like, actually makes streaming more tolerable. Which isn't the best for your end of things, because you're keeping me entertained, I keep streaming, and then because I'm still streaming, we keep talking, and then because we keep talking, you stay up late. I will. I don't got it. I don't listen to directions well. I've had so many people call me a brat for being like that. And it's like, no, I just don't listen to directions well. Okay? I gotta put those boots together, because they're just taking up so much space. I guess we'll brave the terrible and see if we can figure out how to put these goddamn boots together. Google better not lie to me this time, because the last time I used Google to figure this out, I still failed and got the too expensive enchantment. Shut up, stomach. Bailey, lay down, honey. No. No. Motivation workout? I want to know more. Let's see if this one will work. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, it says Soul Speed 3 first. It says combine... Oh wait, that was Soul Speed 2. Whoops. Yeah. It says combine Thorns and Mending. Do I not have Thorns yet? I don't have Thorns yet. Okay. Well... Combine Depth Strider with Feather Falling. And then combine Prot with Unbreaking. I can't do that because they're all weird. I guess I'd combine these two. And then I'd combine these two. I think I've already botched it, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm not that mad if I don't end up with thorns on my boots, so... Yeah, I feel you. I do that a lot. You got this. Muscles. I'm saying muscles. I can't even do 5 goddamn push-ups. I'll get on the ground right now and see how many push-ups I can do. I bet you it'll be less than 5. Give me a second. Let me look for thorns, and then I'll do it. I'll leave my friggin' headset on and everything. I don't give a frick. I can't sit. Okay. I'm not kidding. You said do it, I'm doing it. You got into this. Make the friggin' out of shape human try push-ups. You're not making me. I totally signed up for it. I'm just being a friggin' butthole. Ugh. Now where can I do it that isn't covered in dog hair? Nowhere, because everywhere is covered in dog hair. My back hurt from me standing up. This is already a bad omen. Lay down. No. Lay down where you are supposed to be now. Nix. Thank you. Taking a motivational sip of water. Water is in me. Where can I put my controller down? Untangle this damn cord from my headset so that it's not trying to fall. Alright, I think I can put my controller there and still manage to try a push-up. Oh god. Everything is cracking. Oh my god. Both knees cracked and both elbows cracked. That's 1. Yep, that's 2. Oh god, yeah. 2.5. That's fantastic. I'm so out of shape. That's about where I would have bet. That's about where I would have bet myself. I cannot do goddamn push-ups ever. I got to a point when I was exercising like a few months ago that I could do like 10 push-ups. And then I haven't exercised a damn ounce in months, and my arm muscles went bye-bye. There you go, you won the bet. Even though I said less than 5 anyways. So we both won the bet. Oh my god, Bailey, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not hurt. I got on the ground to do push-ups. Because an online person told me to. My friend told me to do push-ups. I had to do push-ups. It's fine. So you're gonna blow people's eardrums out by screaming into the microphone. Yes, you will. Shh. It's past quiet hour. Hey. It's past quiet hour enough. Shh. You're okay. You're alright. Nix, screw off. I'm trying to talk to Bailey right now. Shh. Enough, honey. It is past quiet hour. The screaming is not okay. You're gonna get us in trouble. You can talk. You don't need to scream. You're alright. You're alright. Yeah, you're okay. You need the calm voice and not the crazy voice. Was I getting too crazy? Yeah. You're alright. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you, good girl. Jesus, dog starts absolutely screaming her head off at 11 o'clock at night when our quiet hour is at 10. Hey, you did 30. Good job. I am proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. I'm skinny, he says, and then can manage to do 30 goddamn push-ups. Where's some bits? I don't like these armor trims. I want armor trims, but I don't like these ones. I want the flow one, but I don't remember where to find it. Yeah. I think that's what I gotta get, why I gotta get back into exercising some. Because at least having body weight strength makes me feel like a lot better about my capability for existing. Because I don't have, you know, like weights at home. So I either just improvise by making weights out of things that I have laying around. I used to do it with like full water bottles and stuff. Or I use the weights that I do have, which are I think only like 3-pound weights. So, yeah, my goal is 5. I mean, I have 12 hours a day, 4 days a week that's free, so I really should be doing more with my days, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just lay in bed for like 80% of it. So I gotta get back into doing things and functioning as a human. I was kind of debating going TNT mining to get some, yeah, it does. I agree. That's how I lost a lot of my first weight when I lost like 70 pounds. I'm just, the thing is that I know if I'm exercising more, I'm going to have to eat more a little instead of just eating like barely half a meal a day, because I know I will legitimately pass out if I continue with barely eating half a meal a day. Yeah, take a breather. Let me know when your heart's doing better. Okay, I'm glad. Yeah, I think with the amount of caffeine I have during the day and eating as little as I do, my heart would be kind of a pain in the ass to try to exercise with. So I think I'd have to like try to eat something a little more. When I was exercising a few months ago, I wasn't losing any weight, which was really frustrating me, so I started eating less, and then I ended up like stopping working out, because me eating too little and working out turns into really, really not fun, almost pass out situations repeatedly. so I just like stopped working out instead of fixing my habit of not eating as much. Yeah. Yeah, that's not the best combination. I mean, it's something, you know. Being someone that's struggled with an eating disorder really bad, I definitely, like, think I'm very proud of people for even, like, eating anything in a day, because I know it's really difficult regardless of whether you have an eating disorder or not. Yeah, I just have to, like, prepare myself mentally to eat more if I get back into exercising, honestly. I can do it, it's just... my eating disorder isn't really as prevalent in my brain as it used to be, so I can eat more without, like, absolutely losing my mind. It's just kind of generally I prefer not to, either because I don't bother to have the time to do it, or I prefer losing weight. Yeah, pretty much. And I am frustrated that I gave up on exercise when I did, because even though I wasn't losing weight, I was still, like, making actual progress as far as my muscle and everything. And I was just like, because I'm not losing weight, I'm gonna stop doing this. Food is tasty. I think that's my biggest thing that, like, makes me actually eat in a day, because otherwise I just wouldn't eat, is I just choose something that I like to eat. And I'm like, yum, good time. That's what got me out of, like, my worst of my eating disorder that I had a few years ago, was I literally had to just buy things that are ridiculously good to me that I can't have any, like, control to completely take out of my diet, so I just will eat it because it's there and because I really like it. So don't get me wrong, I still had to have people, like, friggin' scribble out the stupid calories and stuff to shut my brain out, but yeah. It's alright. It's just life. Brains are complicated. You're gonna get right in the blow of the TNT, and then you're gonna get angry at me, and then every single one of you is gonna hunt me down in a 10-mile radius. What, did my boots break? No, my boots didn't break. What? Why are they angry at me? Help! Why are they mad? Why are they mad? Why are they mad? Why are they mad? What did I do to you? I didn't hurt you. Why is he mad? Yeah, take the gold and chill out. That one better not be mad, because that one's a damn crossbow one. I don't think they're mad at me anymore. Famous last words. Yeah, that's a lot to deal with. Can't imagine that was very easy to get through. I've been super, like, angry a lot. That's actually what I'm currently medicated for, is mood stabilization, to help with the ridiculous amount of anger I had. Because I was very angry about everything all the time for no reason, and it was not helping anything. It was detrimenting me and everyone around me, so I ended up getting medicated, and now I'm trying to get off the medication. Yeah, I think that's where I ended. Like, if it was just me, the angry wouldn't even have been a problem, but because I was in a relationship, it was, like, seriously detrimenting everything to do with, like, our life together, and it was a whole mess. But, you know, I wasn't the only one dealing with anger, and I was the only one that sought help for it, so yay. But yeah, I'm trying to get back off the meds I'm on, because I I don't like the concept of being on meds really long term. I do agree that they can be helpful, but I don't like having to be on them or having to be on them longer than I'd like to. I prefer meds as a tool, basically. I prefer them where it's like, I'm using this to help me find a little bit of stabilization until I can stabilize myself in other ways. And now that I can stabilize myself in other ways, I would like to be off meds. What? What is it with you goddamn piglets? Are you kidding me? Really? 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 Yeah, I don't blame you for hitting mids. I've been there, mindset-wise. I was stacking up and I still got murked. Because what? I hit them with the TNT or something? They weren't even in the area. I should not have hit them with the TNT. Yeah, he literally jumped up at me like, die. I have gold armor on. If one of you tries to shoot me, I swear to God, I heard the crossbow loading. Where did I find him? What? It was like right in here. Where was it? What? I'm so confused. I mined in like right here. Why is it not here? Did the game break? Where's my stuff? Okay, my stuff's over here. I almost put you as a mod for a second. What? My stuff is broken. Nah. You're serious? You're serious. I need to get out of here before it can despawn. My stuff's broken. I'm not even kidding. My stuff's stuck in that wall. And I don't have a pickaxe. I need to get out of here before it can despawn. All my stuff is stuck in that wall. Come on, get me out. I need a pickaxe. It somehow completely replaced the wall where I was. Because I know that block I mined was exactly where I mined into TNT. So it replaced my tunnel and it replaced the TNT'd area. 3 TNT worth is replaced. And I can tell because I got my bow back against the wall where it is. What the actual hell is this game doing? Are you serious? It, like, I died and then it replaced the wall? Huh? I gotta get a pickaxe. Because I can't just TNT the area because then I'll blow up my stuff. So I have to, like, pickaxe it until I can find everything. That's so messed up. I'm gonna make an iron one too in case the gold one breaks. Yeah, what is this? And then I just crafted a pickaxe and it doesn't exist. Why is my game broken? Like, I wasn't even that mad that I died. I'm real mad about that. How am I gonna find all my stuff? I have to, like, just mine into the wall and hope I can find it. Because I picked up my bow, so I can't tell where it is now. Yep.